The movie literally starts the second the last one ended. Mary Beth just blasted Victor Crowley's face off with a shotgun, right? She thinks he's totally dead and she's finally safe, but surprise, he's not dead. He gets back up and Mary Beth finds two more dead bodies of some hunters Crowley just messed up with a chainsaw. Then she hears him coming, so she grabs the chainsaw and yanks the cord, gets it started. But Crowley grabs her. He's dangling her in the air. So she does the gnarliest thing ever. She shoves her whole hand right into his blown-up, mushy face. He freaks out from the pain and drops her, but he falls right onto the running chainsaw, and it just rips him in half. Total goner, right? So Mary Beth, not taking any chances this time, grabs a chunk of his scalp, to make sure he stays dead, and just starts walking. She walks right out of the swamp and into the city, straight to the police station. And get this, she walks in covered head to toe in blood, holding a shotgun in one hand and Victor Crowley's scalp in the other. The cops there just freak out. They arrest her immediately, but she's in total shock. She can barely talk. All she says is, "Everyone in the swamp is dead." Hearing that, the sheriff sends a bunch of cops out there to check it out. They clean Mary Beth up and realize all that blood isn't even hers. She just has a few scratches, no biggie. The sheriff starts questioning her, and she tells him the whole crazy story about what happened over the last 2 days with Victor Crowley. But the sheriff is like, yeah, right. He's totally not buying it. He can't believe she's the only one who survived with just a few scratches while everyone else is dead. He thinks she went crazy and killed everyone herself. But then, a cop radios in from the swamp, and he's completely panicked. He's like, "Sheriff, you got to see this. It's a total bloodbath out here. The bodies, they're just ripped to pieces. My guys are literally throwing up." So the sheriff, realizing maybe she wasn't lying, immediately leaves for the swamp. He just tells his deputy, Winslow, "You're in charge," and peels out of there.
The sheriff's ex-wife, Amanda, just shows up at the police station. She's a reporter or something, and she's been totally obsessed with the Victor Crowley legend for years. She talks Deputy Winslow into letting her talk to Mary Beth. At first, Mary Beth won't say a word. So Amanda gets real with her. She's like, "Look, they think you're a mass murderer. You're going down for this unless you talk to me. I'm the only one who can help you." So finally, Mary Beth spills the beans and tells her the whole crazy story. Mary Beth is like, "It's over. I saw him get cut in half by a chainsaw." But Amanda drops his huge bomb on her. She explains that Victor Crowley isn't a normal ghost. He's what's called a repeater. He's cursed to come back to life every single night and relive his own murder, killing anyone who gets in his way. He can't be stopped that easily, but Mary Beth is still like, "No way! He's dead!" So cut back to the swamp. The paramedics are there, bagging up all the horrible bodies. They even find Victor Crowley's two halves and zip him up in a body bag on the ambulance boat. Night falls, and this one EMT dude is just chilling in the ambulance, and then he hears a noise. He turns around, and Victor Crowley is just there. He grabs those electric shocker paddles and just zaps the guy's face off. A cop hears the screaming and comes to check it out. He sees Crowley, unloads his entire gun into him, and Crowley falls down. The cop, Deputy Hamilton, thinks he's a hero, but then Crowley just gets back up again. The deputy tries to radio Winslow at the station, but Crowley kills him right in the middle of his sentence, so all Winslow hears is blood-curdling screaming. Back at the station, Amanda hears the screams and she's like, "I told you, he's back!" She tells Winslow, "I know how to stop him for good, but you have to release Mary Beth." At first, Winslow refuses. He's like, "No way!" But then they just keep hearing more and more people getting killed over the radio as Crowley goes on a total rampage, killing all the cops and doctors one by one. Winslow finally realizes Amanda might be right, so he lets Mary Beth out of her cell. Right at that moment, the sheriff gets back with his team. And then a whole SWAT team rolls up, and their leader, this guy named Tyler, takes charge. So Amanda's plan is crazy. She says they need to find the ashes of Crowley's father, Thomas. The idea is if they give Crowley what he's looking for, his dad, maybe he'll finally rest. But Mary Beth is not on board. They find the only living relative who has the ashes, but the guy refuses to give them up, so Amanda just grabs Winslow's gun, points it at the guy, and they steal the ashes and run. Back in the swamp, the SWAT team is finding bodies everywhere. Then someone stumbles out of the bushes, and it's Andro, the tour guide from the last movie. He somehow survived. He's like, "Crowley killed everyone, we have to get out of here." The sheriff is about to call the military, but Tyler, the SWAT leader, smashes the radio and is like, "I can handle this." Big mistake. They all start getting picked off. Crowley kills one guy, then hooks another and starts dragging him away. The sheriff tries to save him, but Crowley pulls the guy's guts out through his mouth.
They all start shooting, but Tyler orders them to split up and surround the house. Worst idea ever. Crowley starts a killing spree. They manage to catch him, but he just throws them all off. Bullets don't work. Nothing works. He literally pulls one guy's spine out of his body. So then another guy fires a rocket launcher at the house. The whole thing explodes. They think they won, but then Crowley just walks right out of the flames. He then breaks the rocket launcher guy's arms and legs and kills him too. Mary Beth, Andrew, and the sheriff see their chance and jump in the ambulance boat, but Crowley comes after them with a belt sander and starts cutting the boat in half. He's about to kill Andrew when Amanda, Winslow, and Mary Beth show up at the house screaming his name. Crowley hears them and leaves the boat. Amanda gives the urn of ashes to Mary Beth. Crowley comes, and for a second he looks calm when he sees the ashes. Mary Beth apologizes for what her family did. He reaches for the urn, but then Winslow, the idiot, thinks it's a trick and starts shooting Crowley. Crowley gets mad and just mutilates him. Then he grabs Amanda, the researcher, and decapitates her. He hangs Mary Beth from a tree and is about to finish her off, but she manages to break the urn and throw the ashes all over him. And get this, the second the ashes touch him, he starts to melt. He just dissolves into a pile of goo. She cuts herself down, grabs a shotgun, and just blasts what's left of him into nothing. He's finally gone for good. But Mary Beth is in really bad shape. The military finally arrives and finds her just as she's dying. Her heartbeat is fading out, and the movie just ends right there.